Boston Red Sox travel to Baltimore to kick off a 3-game series against the Orioles tonight. Matt Tesaro here for Sportsbook Review to preview this matchup with the help of our expert handicapper, Dave Golokov. Dave, how are we doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Doing great. Now, Dave, the O's come home to Camden Yards with their tail between their legs after an awful road trip, leaving them in last place. They really need to step it up tonight. Now, lucky for them, they seem to be waking up a little bit at the plate. Guys like Adam Jones and Caleb Joseph are having great starts to the season. However, their pitching has been a little bit sketchy at best, with their bullpen averaging a very suspect ERA north of 5. Luckily, they start their bright spot, Miguel Gonzalez, tonight, who has been excellent so far this year and threw an impressive win against the Sox last time out. Can he limit this damage tonight in the hopes of keeping the relievers in the bullpen?
I think so. I mean, you take a look at his career history against the Boston Red Sox. He's 5-1 with a 2.89 ERA in 7 career starts against Boston. And he has the Red Sox have dropped 4 of their last 6 against him. So I think those are obviously a good sign. I know the Orioles are having a tough time in terms of hitting, but with him on the mound, they should do pretty good. In the first meeting this season, he did give up 5 hits and 4 walks in 5 innings, gave up 3 earned runs, but the Orioles did end up winning 8-3, and I think the pitching matchup here definitely favors Baltimore.
Yeah, I agree. You know, Boston's looking to Rick Porcello tonight, who, unlike his counterpart, was rocked by the Orioles in his last start and has allowed 22 hits and 14 earned this season en route to a pretty rough 6.63 ERA. I see this game going pretty similar to the previous outing, with Porcello coughing up a few runs. Am I underestimating him, or do you also look for him to struggle tonight?
I think he probably struggles, but keep in mind that his bad numbers they're somewhat inflated by the last time he faced Baltimore. So his first 2 starts, he pitched 14 innings and given up 6 earned runs, which it's pretty good actually. It's not bad. But then obviously the last outing, before his last outing, he had a 3.86 ERA, and of course in his last outing he gets rocked for 8 earned runs. Versus Baltimore, 12 hits in 5 innings of work, and really did not look good clearly in that particular spot. Gave up a pair of home runs. The question is he going to bounce back? For his career, does not pitch too poorly against Baltimore, but still 4.11 ERA in 5 career starts. Not for his career, over the last 3 years, 2 and 3 in that span. And his whip is not bad, but the numbers overall just don't seem to be particularly effective. He gives up about a home run per start over his last 5 against Baltimore. So, Red Sox on the road here, pitching matchup seems to point towards Baltimore. You don't have to pay a lot to bet Baltimore. It's probably a decent spot to take them.
All right, yeah, I like that line too. Now, it sits at -102 for the Orioles right now. With Gonzalez 21-9 in his last 30 starts and Porcello pitching quite ineffectively so far in 2015, is this line a little bit of a gift, or am I missing something here?
Well, Baltimore's struggling, so it's pretty clear why they're not a sizable home favorite in this spot. Boston's actually 5-4 on the road. They've lost 2 in a row, so they're not exactly coming into this with a head of steam. But Baltimore has lost 4 in a row, and it's kind of faded. They haven't played particularly good at home, 3-3 at home, and on the season 7-9. But I think it's a decent spot to take Baltimore because of the pitching matchup there. I think it favors them, and I know they're quote unquote in last place in the division, but let's face it, first place is 9-7, and last place is 7-9. The difference between these two teams might be I don't think is that huge. Baltimore has injuries, which is a concern. Baltimore has lost 4 straight, which is a concern. But I'm going with the pitching matchup in this one. I'm expecting the Orioles to win here.
All right, Baltimore -102. That's the picks, folks. Thank you so much, Dave, for giving us this hookup, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. All right.
All right.
All right, now Matt Tesaro here for SportsbookReview.com. And remember, keep it locked right here all season long for your MLB picks, previews, and predictions.